Feel my pain and feel the pressure. You walk in my shoes. All these L's come with depression. All I did was lose. And I was sleeping on myself. I kept on hitting snooze. I spent my life locked up in cages, wearing prison blues. No one came to help. I stood alone on my own too. And I was cool with everybody. Still I fought some dudes. Try to stay in touch with culture while I watch the news. But then again, man, what's the point? Cause I got years to do.
Had a designer, and she came and just really wanted to make this a place that looks different than the rest of the community. So.
Fully furnished.
Yep, fully furnished. Yeah, so you didn't see this room back here. This is like our office. We have like a lot of things that we keep in storage for events or for whatever we have going on. And it's just kind of random. We need to do something with it. But yeah, that, and then a printer. Feel free to use it, connect to it. And then sometimes people will come in here and work from that desk, but not super often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lee mentioned something about your kids coming over, and or Stacy did.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just like air mattress in here or wherever.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did they mind about if they sleep on the couch and all that?
Stacy would rather not.
Okay, so rather have them in here.
Well, I mean, they can be in there, just not sleeping on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And so just use the air mattresses or.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have plenty of them. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Cool. There's also in the closet that's in your room, we have a few things in storage there. And so from time to time, like someone might need to go in there to get it, but they'll always, connect with you first.
Okay.
Because we don't want to invade on your
Yeah.
privacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yep. Did you check out the bathroom?
No.
You see that? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's in the middle, right there. To your right. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So should have everything either in that top cabinet or down below the sink.
Okay.
Everything that you need.
Nice. And what, this is the door to the room?
To your room. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times we keep that locked just because the people that come in and out regularly, just so that they don't go into your private space.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Man, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Your home. Your home, our home.
Yeah.
Everybody's home. Yeah. So, you've already seen that, but we'll just kind of walk through it real quick. And I'm going to let you initial after each part, just so that you signify you agree to it. So the apartment, like just overall use of space, it's ministry space. It's used regularly for ministry events, for house church, for meetings, for just all kinds of stuff that goes on regularly. So just know there's going to be people in and out.
Okay.
There's several of us that have keys. Probably, 7 to 10 of us that have keys. And between like 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., like someone might just bust up in here. We'll try to give you like a heads up and say, hey, we're coming over. But especially within those hours, just know that it might be unannounced, or especially if they can't get in touch with you. But generally, we just want to encourage everyone to just, text you, hey, I'm coming over, and knock first.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's fine.
yeah. The non-bedroom areas, so kitchen, bathroom, living area, office, feel free to use it, however you want to during our non-ministry event times. But just know these are public spaces and treat as such. So just have it always presentable for anyone to come in at any time. Your room, is different. You can, do whatever, but the next point, the room in which guests are staying will be considered private. But ministry team members will avoid entering the bedroom unless absolutely necessary, and never without first seeking your permission. So, yeah, that, and I think there's another point we'll read later that talks about that as well. And then the last one under use of space is, in return for the One Body apartment, guests will make a donation to One Body Church via cash paid to Lee, or check to One Body, like on our website, by the 5th of the month. For monthly usage, the donation is $835. So any questions on those?
No.
All right, cool. All right. So under expectations, you're expected to model behaviors that reflect positively on Jesus and One Body Church. This includes living a lifestyle that's above reproach and could include engaging with appropriate ministry events in the apartment or in the community. No smoking, including cigarettes, cigars, marijuana, and vaping. No drinking of alcoholic beverages or drug use allowed in the apartment. It's like zero tolerance on that. Apartment usage is considered temporary and by permission. It's not a sublease agreement, so long-term guests will be subject to a 30-day evaluation to determine if both parties want to continue. There will be a continued evaluations at 60 and 90 days. Total length of stay will be determined on individual basis. Alright, apartment must be kept clean and ready for visitors or company at all times. This particularly includes kitchen, dining room, living room, especially the bathroom. A cleaning checklist will be provided, it's on the back, and the general expectation is leave it better than how you found it. So right now, this is how you find it.
Yeah.
This is like Stacy clean.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, just maintaining this, if you just follow the checklist, it'll be fine, no worries, but yeah. A calendar of scheduled events is posted in the apartment for coordination and planning purposes. While some events will occur spur of the moment, any planned events should be added to the calendar as soon as possible. So the calendar is right over there on the wall, and it's not like a calendar for October. It's a calendar kind of like every Sunday at this time, this is what's going on. Every Tuesday, you know, this is what's going on. So it's like that.
Okay.
There might be random events. So for instance, we have trainings that just kind of pop up on a weekend from time to time. I wrote that down on there just so that you know, all right, on this specific day, the apartment will be used, you know, during most of the day for that training.
Okay.
But generally, it's just kind of every Tuesday, every Wednesday is what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. Guests must submit to a reference check. That may include a check of prior resident history. It's to protect the integrity of One Body Church, as the apartment will regularly be used to provide programming that includes minors. Do you know if they already did that or not?
For me?
Yeah.
Background check? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he knows of my charges, right?
Yeah. So I'm probably going to send you a link that I don't know how much you're going to be involved with like kids in the community or doing stuff on the field, but all of our volunteers, not only do they have to do a background check, but they also have to watch this child safety training video. If you're not going to be involved with, you know, minors, it's just like serving the community, then, you know, you don't have to worry about it. But if you are, then I want to send you that link so you can go through it, and that's just what we require all volunteers to do.
Stage.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. Even though the bedroom where the guest is considered private space, it should be kept in a neat and orderly condition. Guest agrees to an inspection by a ministry team member upon demand if necessary. And so that's going to be your private space. Just don't like completely junk it up.
Yeah.
We had someone stay here, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
You know, they kept out here like semi-decent, but we didn't like go back in their room for a while, and when we did, it was like
Horrendous.
Yeah, it was so bad. So yeah, we just do that from time to time and just ask that you keep it fairly neat. All right. Guests are expected to engage in a weekly accountability type relationship with a ministry team member. I'm assuming that's going to be Lee for you. Okay, cool. To provide accountability and maintain high moral standards of behavior during the stay at the apartment. A guest should never be in the apartment alone with a minor. There must be 2 adults present with minors, no exceptions. And then a guest should never be in the apartment alone with an adult member of the opposite gender. So, any questions on those?
No.
All right, from our end, we're going to make every attempt to notify you if we try to come in when it's not like a scheduled event. If it's on the calendar, then probably not going to knock and come in because it's already on there. You know, just kind of expect us to come. But if it's, you know, like, hey, Lee wants to use the apartment for a meeting, he'll send you a text or call you up and let you know. So yeah, and then on our end, we'll also respect your privacy as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Other things, guests should anticipate random visits to the apartment by kids in the neighborhood as they regularly seek out informal relationship connections. A one-body team, yeah, that's me. Yeah, kids come over all the time, especially if they know someone's here. Might not at first, but as you know, they get to know you a little bit, they might come over and ask for water or ask for snacks or, you know, something like that. If they start doing that and you're open to them, you know, coming and, you know, just helping, sometimes they'll stay and do stuff. If you're open to that, then we can provide like oranges or something, you know, to give to them. I always keep oranges in my apartment. I always have like water cups because, yeah, they're always hungry. And so, yeah, if that gets, you know, too much, then, you know, that's fine. We can talk through that. But the kids just need a lot of love, you know, and so we just want to be the vessel of love and not just, you know, pointing them to Jesus spiritually, but also meeting some of their physical needs and some of their emotional needs. So, yeah. Yep. Front door of the apartment should be kept locked unless there's an event or meeting in progress.
Let me get it.
So, yeah, just keep it locked. Even when it's unlocked, with that door, you have to like push it hard to open it. So sometimes it feels like it's locked, but it's really not. Yeah. And then guest food in both the cabinets and the refrigerator should be designated. So you can keep it in a grocery bag, you can put like a label on it, or, you know, just do something to just know like, hey, this is my food. Otherwise, random people that come in will just kind of open up the fridge and be like, ooh, this looks good. So just be aware of that. All right, so cleaning checklist. Dishes washed, dried, and put back in designated places as soon as possible after each use. Counters and sink wiped and clear of clutter daily. Refrigerator, old food cleared out and wiped clean as needed. Trash taken to the dumpster as needed. Microwave cleaned as needed if soiled. Kitchen table and chairs wiped. Table daily, chairs as needed. Tables, objects, and fans dusted on a monthly basis. Bedroom carpet and living room rug vacuumed weekly. Floor swept and mopped weekly or more if needed. Toilet and shower cleaned weekly. Bathroom counters and sinks wiped down weekly. And bed linens changed and washed monthly. So that's just kind of a checklist and kind of time frame for each of those. There's cleaning supplies like in that hallway closet. So there's stuff in there that you can use as cleaning supplies. There's also stuff up under the sink. So, yeah. Anything you need, feel free to holler at me or Lee or Stacy. You know, one of us will be happy to help in any way that we can.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for walking me through everything. I'm excited.
Yeah, and this is your key, so you don't have to keep your lanyard if you don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One body lanyard. Definitely keeping it.
Not a one-body lanyard.
Oh, it's not?
Stacy's job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not keeping it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but we're happy to have you, and yeah. So.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited to see what God's doing in the community. You know, and I'm excited to serve, and however that looks, I'm excited. So.
Yeah, so we don't have to dive into it tonight because I know you're going out to dinner, but would love to just kind of hear more of your heart and what you want life to look like here as far as serving the community, and we can share more of like what we've done in the past or what we're doing now, and yeah, get you plugged in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you again for everything.
Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to leave this one with you.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you again for everything.
Yeah, of course.
What time we at it tomorrow?
Probably early.
Early? Okay, so just when you get home, let me know what time.
I'm assuming I'm gonna need y'all probably around like 8.
8? Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
My appointment for parole is at 9. That's
Okay.
CRD.
Okay.
I want to see if I can hit the Hillsborough County Sheriff before I go there.
Okay.
So right after parole, we can take off.
All right, that sounds good to me.
God forbid, we might have to audible tomorrow.
Audible?
As far as like, if they don't let me leave the county, we gonna have to audible. But I already got a backup plan. So.
We'll move how we got to move. All right, just sitting on it. All right, silence right there. Now push. You know your window is down, right? I'll put your window.
Hey, you got me up here blowing up the spot too.
All right, yeah. So,
The landlord about to come.
tell me, man. You know, we had a long day from 8 this morning. You're getting out to now with the block party, and you know now you're going to hang out. I mean, tell me, man, how you feel? How was your day?
Yeah, man. Well, listen, bro. Today was so dope, man. Stupid lit, and man, honestly, like everyone who I was connecting with today and speaking to, like even when I try to like express my emotions and how I felt, you know, like internally, I was recognizing while I'm attempting to communicate it, like you don't understand what I'm talking about, you know, just because the fact that like, okay, I'm here, I'm present, I'm having a conversation with you, but like I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's literally how I felt all day. And one of my biggest fears the past week, and I was, you know, just nervous and anxious about that. My first day I was gonna be like socially awkward, and I was gonna be so nervous because all this time I did in prison. And the first day is gonna be so overwhelming with the performances, that crossover, the block party, and all this stuff. I felt like, you know, I was just gonna be on edge all day. So I was specifically praying and asking God, you know, just for Holy Spirit anointing and unction, you know, just that the Spirit of God would just lead and direct me throughout the entirety of the day. And that's exactly what happened, bro. I remember this morning before I was released from work release, they had to cut off, you know, the ankle monitor from me and all that. So it's funny, while I'm in there waiting, you know, y'all out there in the parking lot waiting for the film, I see my kids and my mama, I'm yelling at my kids through the window, going crazy. I intentionally stopped, and they got a holding cell at work release to when people go back to prison for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, they cuff them up in one holding cell. I didn't even ask the police, I just went and I sat and I just got on my knees in the holding cell and went to seek God. And bro, I just felt just overwhelming peace. I wasn't nervous, I wasn't anxious. I just felt calm, I felt collective, I felt me. I felt like I'm solid, everything's good. And one last time when I got up after my knees on that bench, because you know the holding cell, the work release is work release, but the holding cell, that's like prison right there. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing nice about that holding cell.
Right.
So I got back up one last time and just soaked it all in. You know what I mean? Just to channel that and to remember where God's delivering me from. So everything was dope, man. Obviously, as you guys seen right when I came out, and just the reaction of my kids. But I was expecting that. You know, my kids are 12 and I've only been in their life for 14 months. Yeah. So even on the phone, they're distant, bro. You know what I mean? Some days I get great conversations from my daughter or my son, but you know, it's hit or miss, and a lot of times they're distant. So I already knew like the reaction was gonna be like, Dad, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're home. You know, so I wasn't expecting that. But just once again, just their distance with me coming out, I was reminded in that moment, like, yo, I'm gonna have to fight for them. Like welcome home, wartime. You gotta fight for this. And obviously that's the best battle of all, the fight for my children. So that was dope. Man, my phone blowing up. Just the whole ride from work release out here, all these people hitting my phone.
Right.
So it was cool, I was excited. I'm trying to talk to my kids while they're in the back. And then pulling up the crossover, man, everything was just so dope, bro. And it's like, I just didn't even feel like I was there. I mean, I was trying to be in the moment and enjoy it and take it all in, but it's kind of this like survival mode. I'm just trying to make it through the day, you know, and still be present, still be aware of my kids and love on them and try to involve them with everything and minister the gospel ultimately, you know, to people in the church, you know, point lost to Christ, encourage the body. But man, just the whole day I was just on another level. So it was so dope. Crossover was lit today. Man, shout out to Pastor Tommy, you know, Urban D holding me down. It's a beautiful service. I was encouraged. Just being able to share my testimony, but ultimately as well, being able to see, you know, the receptivity, you know, from the community, because that's always a fear in the back of your mind. Ultimately, like, what's the intention? What's the motive to proclaim the gospel? You ain't seeking affirmation. You ain't seeking clout. You're doing it to be obedient to Christ, and that's it. And to see the lost saved and the church be edified. So when that's the motivation, like, yo, the results is irrelevant. That's not up to me. The fruit is what the Lord does. He brings forth that fruit. So, but to see the response that I saw was dope. You know what I mean? To see everybody be receptive, not just with the performance, but with my testimony. And especially, you know, after each service, going out in the lobby and all these people welcoming me home and encouraging me. Man, that was dope. You know, that's just the love of Jesus through crossover through Pastor Tommy, through all these people I don't even know me. My first day out of prison, and they embracing me, you know, with wide open arms and loving on me, encouraging me. And it was dope seeing, you know, Jose, my dog Sean, Devro, Max, my chaplain from the chain gang, all coming out to support me. Barney tonight, Maze, my dog Jimbo, just everybody pulling up to support me. And they already knew, and I told them beforehand, like, yo, I love y'all, thank you for coming, but just know that I'm not gonna be able to link with y'all for too long. So much going on, my kids, everybody. So just them knowing that, and them still willing to come out here and sacrifice their time and drive the long distance which they came was dope seeing them, because we all did time together in some season of my life and in their life. So it was dope seeing them. Man, so that was beautiful. My dog Longboy, it was good to finally meet him. I've been linking with him at work, at least through Instagram, through Pastor Tommy. Boy, done blessed me with a, you know, fresh pair, you know, forces. So that's dope. Just love it. Bro, don't even know me like that. You know, we just building through Instagram. And, you know, welcome me home. You know what I mean? Ben encouraged me this whole time, holding me accountable. Linked me with a barber before I even got out. I didn't even know where I was going to go get my haircut. He sent me the barber's IG the other day. Hey, bro's right around the corner, and he fine. And the barber was at the performance today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He came up to me and dabbed me up because I made an appointment. He's like, we'll see you Thursday. I said, hold on, you the barber? So, yeah, so that was dope, man. That's just love from Longboy. And the whole block party, man. The whole block party was dope. To see, you know, crossover church in one body, laboring together, and me just blessed with the opportunity to be out there and serve alongside of them. And as you guys obviously see, bro, like, I was thinking at work release, I was blessed to come from prison to work release, you know, to transition back into society. And for those who are watching that don't know what work release is, at the end of your prison sentence, you're still in your prison sentence, but if you have low custody, they move you to a different facility so you can go to work, save money to help you prepare for transitioning back in society. So God blessed me with a great job. I racked up at work release on 10, 11 months. I was able to save everything, put everything up, not just for, you know, the documentary, but for the album and for my fam. So I'm planning on saving money for a place, obviously, you know what I mean, when I get out. But through Pastor Tommy linking me with Lee Wood and One Body Church, man, they blessed me to be able to move into their apartment for their ministry. You know what I mean? Bro, it's a 2-bedroom apartment, only paying $835 a month, and they're paying the electric and the Wi-Fi. Man, that's crazy. Look, it's fully furnished. I was planning on moving to the most ratchet 1-bedroom studio in the trenches, wherever I can move in as a convicted felon, and sleeping on the floor. I was content with that. That was the vision for me. For years, that was the plan, and I was cool with that. But look what God did, bro. Look at these freaking pillows. You know what I mean? Everything's fully furnished. It's beautiful. So man, just being in the apartments lit. The block party was amazing. Being able to not only again link up with Pastor Tommy, but Trey 9 and Trey 9 Silent, about to go out with them boys right now. So everything was great, but the most emotional part of the day was my kids. And even though it's great seeing them, man, my daughter's hurting. You know, I've only been in my kids' life. They're 12. I've only been in their life for 14 months. My son's excited. He's glad I'm home. You know, that's how boys are. He can't tell a little boy nothing about his daddy. You know, so he's glad I'm home. And even though he's a little shy and a little shell-shocked, he's glad and excited. He's talking to me. My daughter, she got no walls up. And she's out to crying. You know, I'm trying to talk to her. She don't want to talk. She makes eye contact and she breaks down. And that broke my heart, bro. That broke my heart, and it's hard, you know. And especially in that moment, they want to flick up for a picture. You know what I mean? Pastor Tommy, Trey 9, Longboy, all my dogs, everybody want to flick up. I'm like, no, I can't even flick up. No, not right now. Thank you. You know what I mean? My little girl, right? She's crying. She's hurting. And that tears me up inside, bro. So obviously it sucks, but you know what? That's reality. You know, and I can't change that. And I was just reminding her today, like, baby, like, I'm sorry, you know, but I can't take that back. I'm sorry I haven't been there, but I can't take that back. But I know I'm here now, you know, and even though, like, that doesn't remove the pain, hey, but, you know, I know it's just a process. So welcome to the restart, man. This is a restart. This is an encouragement to everybody, you know, watching, that if God's restarting my life and not only redeem me eternally, but he's doing it, you know, temporarily as well. Here and now, he could do so not just for me, but for you too. So It's day one, man. Day one down.
Where do we go from there?
Where we go from there? Step by step, man. Small steps. God's given me a vision not only in music, but for church planning as well, and specifically just to call churches and communities. Because, like, from what I hear from prison, like, you hear a lot of churches out here, man, they compete with one another. Or they always argue with these petty minor doctrinal issues. Like, man, that ain't real. That's not gospel. Yeah, man, that's freaking petty. It's childish. So I want to take the initiative to call these churches in one community, like, yo, this link together, despite small traditional differences or doctrinal differences, and just come together and just have big events like today, like the block party. But not just events, but that it goes beyond events, that these churches begin to work together and have street teams and to meet tangible needs in the community, making disciples in the streets, church in the streets. Bro used to gangbang. He ain't active no more. He following Jesus. Well, guess what, bro? You and all these other dudes over here used to gangbang. You got the resources, you got finance. We're going to empower you and we're going to equip you. Just go spin the block, pull up on these dudes that's still banging, and encourage them to follow Jesus, make disciples in that lane, because that's your call. And just to be intentional about empowering the body of Christ in the community to make disciples in the community. So that's the vision. That's Block Hustle, man. And obviously the music, this is going to be the platform. So day one. Welcome to the ReStart.
Proud of you, man.
The realest song I ever wrote, man. Yeah. On the day of your birth, in prison, so I missed that. Then first steps and first words, still in prison, so I missed that.